Arr, arr. This is Pirate Potato, and welcome back. I should shut up. Here, this is Lord Potato. I should shut the fuck up. That was cringe as fuck. But hey, I tried. But other than that, this is part 2 of What If Naruto was a reincarnation of Jack Sparrow. No, Sparrow. You didn't. I fucking hate myself for saying Sparrow. But let me say Sparrow, okay? I can't edit, so I can't just like change that. But other than that, let me so this is part 2 of it. What's it called? Yesterday I uploaded it, so I'm not gonna do a recap. So I'm going to go into saying go subscribe to Anime Sensei, Iconic What Ups, Obito What Ups, and links will be in the description. But yeah, now let's begin into our last left off. After Naruto waking up from yesterday, waking up from today when he was waking up from sleep and all that, he saw that he accidentally spilled some rum onto the ground. And he was like, "No, my rum!" This is where Naruto's like, damn. What to do? This is where Naruto gets up. He is still in his pirate clothes. He realized that he hasn't even taken a shower, so he goes to take a shower. Takes off like all his clothes and all that. His hat, he puts it like on the toilet. And this is where, not in the toilet, on top of the toilet seat and all that. And of course, this is where he starts taking a shower. That's where he realized that there's a lot of fucking soaps. Lots of them. He's confused why there's so much soaps here. He knows that those like masked people might have did something to his house or something. But why does he need this many soaps? It's like all over the whole bathroom. He's so confused. He's like, what the huh? Whatever, I'll just pick one of them. He grabs one of them. It's like coconut shampoo and starts kind of just scrubbing himself and blah blah blah. So we go fast forward, and of course Naruto is going to his kitchen and finds 2 fridges. He's confused. What the hell did the Ambus do yesterday? He knows that he came home just to go to sleep real fast. He just didn't. He didn't like look around what the Ambus did. There's 2 fridges, and of course, when he looks in both sides, there's a lot of food. He's confused. The only thing that he realizes is he needs to make space for his room inside the fridge, or go get another fridge, which Naruto has money for. And that's because Naruto has robbed so many people when he was on Shanks' crew. Like, pillage and kind of destroy people's houses and all that in different islands, like, he did all that. Of course, he had a lot of money, and of course, he still has lots of money. So, of course, he goes to his backpack, where he has rum and other things, puts it, like, the side of, near, like, the kitchen and all that, in a drawer and all that. And this is where he says, well, gotta go get another fridge. Okay, so what I have to do... Oh, yeah, gotta look and see if Ambus did get my clothing right size. He checked. Yeah, he doesn't have any clothing. This is where he says, okay, gotta go find some nice, my pirate drip out here. And, definitely not wear anything similar to a shinobi or anything like that. That's where Naruto, he got outside and says, well, time to go shop. That's where, we go like 15 minutes later. And of course, Naruto, he's at the stores kind of buying things. He is buying, another fridge. And he's also buying, some other things that he actually managed to find in a, kind of the black market mostly. Yeah, he actually knows about the black market, so yeah, he is stupid enough. So of course, he walks into the black market. People look at him suspicious, but they all look at him closely and realize it's the pirates. So of course, everyone's suspicious kind of went away because, yeah, it's a pirate. Kind of looking into the black market. But then again, they realize that, why is there a pirate here? And then they just realize, they are kind of, fire country is kind of close to, water country. So, yeah. This is where Naruto's looking around. This is where he finds the perfect, person that's right now selling a cannon. He's selling kind of like 4 cannons for about 4,000 Ryu and all that, or whatever No, not Ryu, Yin. And this is where Naruto says, "So, hello, gentlemen. How much are these cannons for?" This is where the person says, 4,000. How much are the cannonballs for? There's like about a 400 on like one barrel, or not one barrel, like in a box. There's like 400 and all that. And this is where the person says, it did take me a while to kind of get these, so 10,000. That's where Naruto says, so that'll be about 410,000 yen, right? That's where the person says, yeah, good. So he counts, then he gives it to the man, and this is where Naruto says, well, nice having business with you. This is where the star says, yeah. This is where Naruto takes the cannons. Well, he kind of got helped by some people that were in like the, well, in the, what's it called, in the place. Mostly the person had like 4 other buddies, so they helped Naruto kind of push them out. And this is where they asked Naruto where he wanted it. This is where Naruto says, outside of Konoha a little bit, but yeah. This is where the people just load him up and all that. And kind of also give him the, what's it called, the crate. And this is where, well, they said, okay, there. This is where Naruto says, thank you. And this is where Naruto says, now, how to carry them straight to my house. I know what to do. This is where Naruto, he kind of like grabs some rope also from the store, knowing that he might have to carry a lot of things. He kind of wraps them all around, what's it called, the cannon of the kind of like, what's it called, the cannon, like around the cannon, and of course tie them up into like what's it called, the rope around them, putting them into like a train kind of way, mostly vertical, or not vertical, horizontal. And of course, this is where Naruto kind of just says, okay, I'll pull them like this. Besides, look like they're wheel cannons, so it'll be easier for me to kind of bring them along. This is where he grabs a crate, and of course, it's not heavy for Naruto, so of course he goes towards his house with the 4 cannons being behind him. And Naruto, he just goes straight to his house, managing to actually, well, not have any suspicion on him. He's just that lucky. This is where Naruto, he gets into his house, puts the cannons in 4 different sides of his house, starts kind of like putting cannonballs that are, well, he realized this house has an attic and a basement. So he puts the, what's it called, cannonballs in the basement. And of course just says, whenever I get attacked by any person, I'm going to send them straight to hell. This is where Naruto says, yeah, also did remind me, I'm going to have to also get some ammo for my flintlocks. But yeah, this is where Naruto goes back to the black market, go get some ammo, because yeah, the black market is selling, well, flintlock ammo and all that. That's where Naruto gets a special type of flintlock ammo. Well, actually, a kind of special type that he actually found out that they're actually selling. This special ammo is actually, well, has a very interesting type of element inside them. There's actually like 50, 50 bullets, like the round balls and all that, because flintlocks usually use round bullets and not like actual bullets like in modern day technology. But yeah, and this is where Naruto, he sees the special bullets, and this is where he kind of got 50 of each. There's like 5 total of different elements, and these are kind of made with chakra metal. It's like made with chakra metal, but also has a special type of element, chakra metal. One is fire, one is lightning, one is wind, one is water, and one is, well, earth. This is where Naruto took 50 of them, each of them, and this is where the person says that would be about 50,000 Ryu, or not, yeah, 50,000 yen. This is where Naruto pays it, and this is where Naruto goes off with his bullets. This is where he kind of puts them in his pocket, goes off, and yeah. This is where, Naruto, he keeps walking. He did go towards the, well, place that he went to go buy his fridge, because he had it to wait a while ago until they kind of got his fridge and all that, towards his house. And this is where Naruto says, hello there, gentlemen. This is where the 2 guys says, did you order a fridge? This is where Naruto says, yes. Now, let me take that fridge off of your hands. I did pay, by the way. This is where they say, yeah, we know. This is where Naruto says, well, off you go. This is where they say, okay. This is where Naruto takes the fridge inside, And of course, where the two persons just realized, well, they really didn't question Naruto's outfit. They just don't care. They know that shinobis wear a lot of different outfits, so they thought Naruto was a shinobi. This is where Naruto, he took his fridge inside. He kind of puts it next to the other two. But this fridge is black. So, I mean, yeah. This fridge is black. And, of course, this is where the other two fridges are white. But this is where Naruto, he puts his rum and actually whiskey inside it. And this is where, well, he just decides to say, what else do I need? Well, I don't need that food. I don't need food right now. I don't need rum right now because I just drink Shank's whiskey. And, well, what I do gotta do is gotta train my arbitration hockey. Because I know Shanks would be mad if I don't, well, come back with stronger arbitration hockey. He's going to be pissed and somehow make me go into the shinobi career. Besides, I just have to fail it. It'll be easy. This is where Naruto, he goes outside to start training because his backyard is actually pretty big. Well, kind of big. Well, I mean, it's big, but not that big, okay? So it's like a medium yard and all that. And this is where Naruto starts just training. This is where he's sensing everything. Everything that's like living behind his yard. This is where Naruto can sense the crickets, the snakes, a little tinier snakes, worms that are in the ground. What's called like centipedes and other things that are crawling around. This is where Naruto is right now sensing all of them. Using arbitration hockey. This is where Naruto is just trying to make it stronger. Just trying to make it as so strong that Shanks will be just blown off his boots. This is where Naruto just has an image of that. And of course, this is where Naruto just smiles because it's funny to him. Because he literally thinks Shanks will just get blown off his boots. This is where Naruto just smiles. Or not boots, mostly sandals. Because, yeah, Shanks does wear sandals. This is where Naruto's like, This is where Naruto, he's kind of giggling to himself, but he really got to concentrate. So, of course, he's concentrating until, well, he kind of gets bored out of his mind with arbitration hockey. So, of course, this is where he moves on to just kind of train in other things. Mostly kind of just train on his physical body, so that's what he does. He starts just training. Of course, like kicking in midair, kind of like, he kind of did learn from Shanks' crewmates a lot of things. There were some that were actually martial artists before becoming a pirate. Some that were like swordsmen who were also like Shanks, who Shanks actually did use a sword and all that, or mostly a saber. Is it a saber or a cutlass? I don't remember, but yeah. And this is where, well, also Naruto did learn how to use a flintlock, but yeah. This is where, well, Naruto also did kind of learn in how to, how should I say? Well, use his mind in mostly a bunch of occasions, so yeah. So yeah, Naruto just kind of started kind of working on his body, but also kind of working in the taijutsu that he was actually taught by some people in the pirate crew. So of course Naruto is just kicking mid-air. Of course, when he kicks the air, the kind of air pressure kind of like gets blown because of Naruto's kick. Because how hard Naruto's kicking the air. And of course Naruto's doing that, kind of spinning, jumping up, down, left, right. That's where Naruto's saying, maybe I should go inside to get something. This is where, well, some people were actually coming towards Naruto's house. And no, it wasn't Kakashi. Kakashi was somewhere else. This is where, well, Naruto, he is kind of just keeps, well, drinking water and all that. Not water, mostly water. Because he says, you know, I'll drink my rum later. Then again, Shanks would be pretty disappointed if I kind of run out of rum real fast. But I'll be fine. I think so. But yeah, this is where, well, Naruto, he kind of goes outside to kind of keep training until he kind of uses arbitration hockey because he felt like he wanted to do that. And this is where he felt 5 people coming towards his house. Mostly 5 dudes. And of course, this is where he kind of spread out his arbitration hockey more to see how much range he can see. And this is where he sees, well, 7 girls kind of farther away from the guys. Kind of just looking at the guys. This is where Naruto says, why is those guys coming towards my house and those girls kind of staring over there? Whatever. This is where Naruto, he kind of keeps his conversation knocking on. And this is where Naruto says, I feel like they're coming to my house to do something. If they do, I just kill them. Besides, I'm not a ninja or a civilian of this village, so I don't really need to listen to the rules. This is where Naruto says, you know, I should just wait until they come. This is where Naruto hears a crash, like a window crack. And this is where the 5 dudes gets inside, and this is where they're saying, oh, they said that this place was kind of scary, but this place looks like brand new, like it was just made a while ago. I know that some of, these dudes were just talking, saying, I know some that said that this place was scary, haunted, and all that, but this isn't no haunted. We probably just broke into someone's house. Are you sure? I don't see the furniture that clean. And that's where they say, dude, why is there 3 fridges? Who lives here needing 3 fridges? This is where someone says, there might be a ghost, a family. This is where the guy gets hit in the head, but yeah. I should mention how they kind of look like. Because Naruto's right now sensing them and kind of picturing them in his mind, how they look like. One dude has a red beanie and of course dark skin with a green jacket and is the tallest out of all of them. Also has kind of like a metal not club, I would say, like a metal pole, and this is where it looks brown mostly, but yeah. This is where another person has kind of like reddish eyes, well, not reddish eyes, like kind of orangey eyes, and this is where his hair is kind of orangey also, and this is where, well, he has like an orange kimono, and yeah, he's like, bruh, can we just burn it already? He kind of just mentioned that out. And this is where another dude had, someone had what's called lightish blue hair, black eyes, and a white, kind of a white shirt. And of course he says, bro, why the hell are we here? This is where the guy who kind of suggested, thinking it was like a family ghost, had what's called, black eyes, black hair, mostly, yeah, black hair, but a little bit of like purple highlights and all that. And this is where he says, he gets hit in the head, but yeah, by his other friend, the last one being, a kid with red hair, green eyes, and of course wearing kind of like red and green a little bit. Kind of, yeah, like sweats and all that. And of course, punch that guy in the head. This is where, they are saying, bruh, I feel like we might have broke into someone's house. The guy with the beanie said. This is where the red hair kid says, bruh, if we did, who cares? This is where, the guy says, who cares? Besides, they're not here to stop us. So, I don't really care. Besides, you realize we're all clans. Whoever lives there is probably a civilian. Who gives a shit? This is where, the blue hair guy kind of says, you know, we're all clans, but yet we're somehow outnumbered by the girls who's actually way stronger than us, and also somehow, I should say, more popular than us. This is where, the guy says with their hair, saying, oh, that's just because they're kind of beautiful, but who really cares? They are just bitches. This is where, Naruto was sensing this. He was like, he did kind of stop sensing it. He did go inside, but of course he was right now sneaking into the shadows. This is where, his crystal-like blue eyes are right now kind of, looking in the shadows. Or not looking in the shadows, looking from the shadows. And of course, this is where, Naruto does have his cutlass still next to him and his 2 flintlocks. And this is where Naruto says, seems that they don't care about civilians, but they don't know that I'm not a civilian or a clan. I'm a pirate. I'm about to pirate these motherfuckers out here. About to pirate their fucking life by just killing them. This is where Naruto says, oh, you gentlemen, what are you guys doing here? This is where all of them get startled and they're like, what the hell? This is where Naruto says, well, what's wrong? This is where they say, who the hell are you? Oh, well, my name is Captain Jack. This is where Captain Jack Sparrow, not Sparrow, Sparrow, if that's what you want to know. This is where they say, Captain? What? Oh, well, you see here, I'm a pirate. And, it seems that you broke into my house, thinking to steal my, booty. But since you want to do that, I guess I'm going to have to, well, grab this cannon and shoot your asses out of here. This is where they all widen their eyes. They were like, holy shit. They were getting ready to use their own abilities. This is where Naruto smiles and says, oh, it seems that you're all on guard. It seems that if you die, what will happen? They say our family will kind of kill you. Well, that's too bad, because I have an army beside me. An army of pirates to destroy this village. This is where Naruto is kind of like tricking the hell out of them. This is where they're kind of terrified, because this is where they're all looking around. They're right now scared. This is where Naruto just smiles. And this is where Naruto kind of grin just gets wider. And this is where, well, they say, we don't see anyone. You're probably lying to us. Oh, am I really lying? Well, I hope your abilities will be able to block this. He kind of lights up a, what's called, like a little flinch. Not flinch. What's it called? What's it called? Those like little sticks that had a fire thing, whatever, the red thing, to kind of light it up. And what's about to just put it into the little rope that's, well, little string that's on top of the cannon. And this is where, well, Naruto say hi to hell for me. This is where all of them wider their eyes and they're right now trying to run away. They're like, holy shit, get to the door, get to the door. This is where Naruto smiles. And of course, when the extinguish hits the cannon, it didn't explode. Naruto was lying. He was bluffing. He realized he forgot to put a cannonball inside it. So this is where all of them are running. They're like, this fucking kid is crazy. What the hell? They're running. They're like, hell no. That's where they see, what's it called, the girls, and the girls are like saying, what the hell is happening with him? And of course, there's still a good far distance. Naruto says, well, I will have to kill them anyway. This is where Naruto appears right in front of them. This is where Naruto says, sup bitch, armament hawking fist, punch the guy in the stomach. The guy with a beanie. Smashes to the ground real fast. Also, I kind of slipped, so yeah, oops. No, I'm like just saying, I kind of slipped. My fucking floor is very slippery right now. Not because it's wet, it's just because it has a lot of dirt. So, oops. This is where the guy gets punched in the stomach. This is where he's knocked out for the count. This is where one of them tries to use his telekinesis. The guy with blue hair. This is where he says, telekinesis. This is where he grabs two, like, rocks from the ground. Of course, they're, like, big. And throws him at Naruto. This is where Naruto pulls out, well, his flintlock that had 2 bullets in it. Pop, pop. Blasts it through the rocks. And this is where the guy had to dodge the bullets. This is where he says, oh shit, he's not lying when he's saying he's a pirate. This is where, well, the girls are confused in who the hell they're fighting. And this is where one girl kind of saw this. Her eyes were dull blue eyes and of course blonde. And she kind of remembered who kind of lived there. Because she kind of did glance at this person. And she realized that the 2 guys must piss off, well, a pirate. Because that's the way she can remember. Because he kind of looked like a pirate. This is where Naruto says, this is fun. This is where, well, the red-haired dude says, are you sure this is fun for you? Fine, let me show you what's real fun. This is where he had this reddish aura around him because he's right now angry. And this is where his other friend who had kind of orangey hair transformed into fire. This is where the telekinesis guy is right now kind of grabbing the red-haired beanie dude to be like pulling him towards him. Kind of using telekinesis. And this is where another dude, what's called the last one, with black hair and black eyes, was ready to use, well, something like similar to Shadow. Like somewhat similar to the Naruto. But this is where he says, arise. This is where he arises 3 Shadow Soldiers. That's how many he can do. This is where, well, Naruto says, oh, very interesting. It seems that you don't know what true power is. If you can survive this if you can survive my will, then I won't kill you. But if you can't and you all pass out, I'm gonna have to kill you. Okay? This is where the girls are kind of getting close, and they heard it. And of course, they were confused. This is where Naruto sends his own conqueror spirit. A very potent and strong spirit of conquerors with, knocking them all out. This is where the 3 shadows disappear. And this is where the red-haired dude was almost getting knocked out. He was confused. What is happening? This is where he passes out. This is where Naruto says, it seems that you all kind of, well, seem to be knocked out. It seems that I might have to kill you. This is where Naruto pulls out 2 flintlocks from his side. And of course was about to pop their heads off. This is where Junko actually, well, the blonde-haired girl, who was named Junko, Kujo actually appears, trying to kind of axe kick Naruto. This is where Naruto jumps away and says, "Huh? What the hell? Why did you get in my way?" This is where Junko says, "I'm not letting you kill them. I knew you were dangerous." This is where Naruto says, "Dangerous? Well, that's an understatement. You see here, I don't like people getting into my house. And since I'm a pirate, I'm thinking they're trying to steal my gold. So what I tried to do is murder them." This is where Junko says, now that I think about it, yeah, I remember that you lived there. It's just, I forgot about you. You have a very forgettable face." Naruto says, any pirate does. This is where, well, Junko says, "So you won't kill them, right?" Naruto says, "No, I won't. I won't kill them. Fine. I won't kill them." This is where Junko sighs. This is where Naruto says, "But if they come to my house again, I'm gonna obliterate them in an instant with a giant cannonball through their heart so fast that they can't dodge." Luckily, I only did get an old version of cannon. I should really get the newer version. You know what? Screw it. This is where Naruto turns around. This is where Junko says, "What do you mean cannonball? What are you talking about?" This is where Naruto smiles with his evil grin and says, "Like I said." Naruto has a red eye appeared with his kind of like scarlet red eye. This is where Naruto says, "Like I said, I won't show mercy next time. Don't piss me off. I'm giving out a little bit of kindness, but it's sometimes just my nice side getting out a little bit. Don't piss me off." Naruto walks away, and Naruto just goes back to his house, going to, fix the glass somehow. This is where he says, "Fuck, I have to fix this glass or something." Man, why does this give me deja vu of like when I was little and they kind of fucking attacked me in my apartment, which pissed me off a lot. This is why Naruto, the reason why he wanted to kill them is because he wanted to get revenge for all the times when he was younger. Naruto hates his village. Of course, he can remember all of it now thanks to Kurama, which Kurama kind of flooded his head with memories when he was sleeping. Of course, Naruto thought it was nightmares, but then realized it might have been memories. Locked memories that he suppressed away from himself. This is where he realized that the QB is doing him, well, not a favor, mostly doing him a fucking nightmare mostly, but yeah. This is where, we go into a couple of weeks later. Of course, Naruto was called to the office by Hiruzen, but Naruto kind of got lost. And of course, Naruto says, "Where's the Hokage again? Fuck. Where the hell is it? Oh, shit." This is where Naruto gets to the Hokage managing to. This is where when he walks into, the office, he sees the old man, the silver hair guy that he met last time, a couple of Anbus are right now kind of trying to restrain some people because it was packed as hell. And this is where Hiruzen is kind of narrowing his eyes at Naruto. This is where Naruto says, "Yes, old man, what do you want?" This is where Hiruzen says, "Naruto." This is where Naruto says, "Is Jack for you?" This is where Hiruzen says, "Naruto, I'm being serious. Did you try to kill the children of clan heirs?" Naruto says, "No, I tried to cannonball them." This is where the kids realize that Naruto is really just admitting to it. This is where their fathers and mostly parents are getting angry, mostly their mothers also. And of course, this is where, mostly also the female girls that Naruto kind of saw were just there and surprised that Naruto admitted it. And Naruto says, I wouldn't say I'm, you told me to tell the truth. So, what I was actually supposed to do to them was kill them and murder them and then throw their bodies into the ocean. This is where Hiruzen says, Naruto, I said no lies. I feel like you're kind of lying. But this is where Naruto says, yeah, you're right. I was supposed to, take their heads and take their blood samples and all that, give them to the legendary Pedo Snake, because yes, Naruto knows about Orochimaru, because Naruto's not stupid. He has heard of Orochimaru because Orochimaru did try to do piracy one time that fucked up on his side and almost got killed by Dofus users. But yeah, that's where Naruto says, I was going to give them to a snake man named Orochimaru or something. I don't remember what it's called, but I remember him being somewhat of a, not even a pirate. He was somewhat almost going to die by some people who were real pirates. So I was going to give him these samples of blood cells and say, here man, why don't you just destroy Konoha for me, for all the hatred and pain they gave me. This is where, well, what's it called, Hiruzen is surprised that Naruto knows about Orochimaru, and Hiruzen's also surprised that Orochimaru did try to do piracy one time, and almost got killed by real pirates. This is where he's like, oh, wait a minute, Naruto remembers all the hatred. Naruto says, if you think I don't know about my fucking past, then you're fucking wrong. This is where Naruto looks at everyone, kind of just narrow his eyes, and just says, go off and stop looking at me. This is where Naruto senses he's such a powerful, potent, unholy wave of conquerors hawking, knocking everyone out. This is where all the clan heads passed out. Even almost passed out. Hiruzen was about to pass out, but he managed to stop himself. This is where Hiruzen's horrified. This power is not chakra. It's not even the Nine Tails. It's just Naruto's killer intent? He doesn't know if it's killer intent. Naruto says, if you think it's killer intent, then you're wrong. Hiruzen, you might need to look into your library books, because I know damn well that the Hokages or any of your ninjas might have fight against pirates. And we pirates do not use chakra. We use something ancient more. Ancient techniques called hawking. And there's 3 types. I just use one of the most powerful ones that it's rare for anyone to use out in the sea. Unless you're a king or a descendant of a king. That's where Naruto says, now I'll be taking my leave. Kakashi, he wanted his eyes. That conquers how can almost knock him the fuck out. This is where Kakashi grabbed him from the shoulder and says, hey, Naruto. This is where Naruto, he had enough, and of course pulled out his flintlock and put it straight towards Kakashi's head. Kakashi widened his eyes, and even Hiruzen, Naruto says, don't touch me. This is where Kakashi said, calm down, I just grabbed your shoulder. Naruto says, you're not supposed to grab my shoulder. The only person I'll allow ever to kind of hug me, touch me, or anything to be my, well, true father. Well, not touch me, mostly hug me and kind of other things and pet me in the head or whatever. And kind of grab my shoulder for comfort and other. Is my father, Shanks. Now piss me off, I'll blow your fucking brains out. This is where Kakashi winds his eyes. This is where Naruto, he acts a little bit like Jack's Sparrow. But at the same time, he acts his own kind of character. Sometimes cold-blooded, merciless, nothing. That's where Naruto, he gets, well, he did have a good time in the seas where mostly his like father Shanks, or mostly what he sees as the other figure and the other crewmates. But he still also has terrible memories of why Naruto kind of pillaged and destroys families and villages. This is where it's just because of the traumatized he got when he was a child, but also when he got also in the seas. So we go into a flashback of Naruto when he was way younger, when he was actually only 6 years old. He went to a what's it called island that Shanks decided to go because he thought it'd be peaceful enough for Naruto to kind of stay around, because he kind of liked the kid but not much, because he doesn't know how to take care of a child yet, and none of his crewmates neither. But yeah. This is where Naruto was trying to play with kids, but people thought he was a monster because of those whisker marks. And this is where, well, they kind of outcast him so fast, since he just got there in like a couple hours. And of course, they say, monster, demon, get out of here, you weirdo. This is where Naruto started crying, and he kind of found Shanks, and he cried into Shanks' arms, mostly like, chest. This is where Naruto's like, they keep calling me monster. Make it stop. This is where Shanks decides to grab Naruto and pull him away from the village, and he glares at, well, the villagers and told his, well, people, mostly his crewmates, to kill them all, burn them alive. This is where Naruto, that's the only time he felt so weak, so pathetic. So from on that day, from him, when he was 6, he decided to start training in hockey and other things from Shank. Shank was mostly making him tougher and stronger. This is where Naruto, he kind of lived happier after kind of becoming stronger and destroying people's villages and other things. He just didn't give a crap that much, but yeah. This is where, well, Naruto just kind of like remembers that memory and kind of cried a little bit. Because how Shanks, in that day, Shanks was actually kind of making Naruto feel like if Shanks was his true father. This is where Naruto kind of cried a little bit, and this is where Naruto stopped crying. This is why he kind of gets rid of the tears. Says, look here, you fucking white-haired bastard. This is where, well, Kakashi said, come on, Naruto. And why were you crying? This is where Naruto says, none of your business. Now fuck off. This is where Naruto puts his flintlock back and decides to disappear. This is where he actually disappeared from from Kakashi's view. Even Hiruzen were shocked with Naruto's speed. This is where Naruto, he gets to, well, the house, and of course he kind of just like sits down a little bit, but this is where he goes to his fridge, his black fridge, and takes out the rum and whiskey, sits down on the table, and this is where Naruto sees still the window kind of broken. He hasn't really fixed it. He kind of put just kind of tape over it, but yeah. This is where Naruto gets 2 glasses, puts one with rum and the other one with whiskey, and this is where Naruto says, "Dear father, I really now miss you. I know I'm a pirate, but really staying in this goddamn village is making me have a headache more than ever. I might just have to drink all my rum for this kind of pain to go away. But cheers." He kind of just cheers to an imaginary Shanks that he had in his mind. And of course, this is where a kind of ghostly figure kind of does drink the whiskey. Then Naruto kind of imagined it before he kind of drank his own rum and passes out from all the hatred and all that. This is where Naruto, he wakes up the next day, kind of hearing a hit in his door, or something fall mostly. And this is where Naruto says, what the hell? This is where Naruto realized that he was in his bed. This is where Naruto thought he didn't drink that much. This is where Naruto gets up. Well, not in his bed, mostly he had a blanket over him. He says, wait, what? I swear to God I didn't drink that much. This is where, well, sorry if I'm making a little bit of noise, but this is where Naruto says, I thought I wasn't drinking that much. What's that noise? This is where Naruto, he looks to his side, or not to his side, to his front, and he thought he saw Shanks, until, well, he kind of cleared out his eyes, and saw Kakashi mostly. This is where Naruto says, what do you want? This is where Kakashi wasn't really taking a sip of the whiskey. He mostly went to check on Naruto because he knows that this is, well, his sensei's son. And his sensei's son must have had way too much on his mind when he was younger, and towards he was becoming a pirate mostly. And Kakashi just says, hey, I just want to talk. This is what Naruto says. Fuck off already. I don't want to talk to any ninjas. I just want to hurry up and do this fucking year of my life of becoming a ninja or whatever. And if I fail, I don't give a shit. I swear, Kakashi says, why not? You seem very powerful and strong. Why do you want to really become a pirate? I swear, Naruto says, because you see here, I have really no one to really much protect here in this village. And no one to really care. The old man legit just neglected me for when I was 1 to 4 years old. Clearly, he doesn't really care about me unless he cares about the status of the Nine-Tails being fine. Why I came to this village was because I wanted to make my dad, well, Shanks, think that I was thinking on my own and not thinking on, well, just being a pirate. I don't really give a shit about being a freaking ninja or not. So that's pretty much why I don't care. That's what Kakashi says. Why do you keep calling this person Shanks your father? That's what Naruto glares at him and sighs and says because he was the only person and the only, person I can ever trust in my life. Because he was the only father figure in my life, actually. Well, the other crewmates, I really just kind of saw them as mostly other brothers, and yeah. But Shanks was the only one that I actually do care a lot. Everyone else, well, I cared about them also, but mostly Shanks, my father. This is where, Kakashi sighs and can see that Naruto seems to really not like the leaf village at all. This is where Kakashi says, what if I told you about who your real father was? How would that make you feel? Naruto says, well, I would actually want to know how my father actually died. My father or mother. Because if they kind of just decide to leave me because I was a demon, then fuck that, I don't give a shit about them no more. If they kind of decide to be, somehow related or have the status of the Kage and decide to steal the Nine Tails inside me, I fucking hate them even more. But if there were just civilians that were killed by the Nine Tails and the Hokage stealing the Nine Tails inside of me, then I'll be fine. Because, the Hokage, now I know he was a fucking bastard. Trying to just sacrifice a child from a random person. I should have known more better than that. This is where Kakashi can see the options and sees that if he tells Naruto that Minato was his father and Kushina was his mother, then it seems that Naruto will hate them even more than just right now. It seems Naruto has no connections towards his family. Even if they were alive, Naruto had no connection with them. It's where Kakashi says, what if, your parents were in the Kage, mostly your father was the Kage. How will you feel from that? Naruto says, think of the second option that I fucking gave you. I will hate him straight towards hell. Straight towards, Naruto says, I'll hate him straight towards, not hell exactly, straight towards Davy Jones' locker. Because I will just hate him that much. All the way down to the sea level. So piss me off. I swear to God, if he was the Hokage, that would just make me so mad. This is where, Kakashi kind of gets nervous. And this is where Naruto sees the stuttering. This is where he kind of uses, what's called Advanced Observation Hawking. Advanced Observation Hawking, mostly Future Sight. And kind of sees the next words from that future of Kakashi saying, your father's Minato no Mikaze, the Hokage. For Hokage, mostly he said. That's where Naruto says, I see. So that's what you're gonna say to me. Tell me, mostly. Minato no Mikaze, the fourth Hokage, was my father. That's what Kakashi says, how did you know? Naruto says, you see here, we pirates has, not just bullets, swords, cannons, and our will to fight against people. We actually have different powers. Some people have very special powers, not because of their unique chakra or whatever bullshit you like to say, Kekkei, whatever, but from their devil fruits. These devil fruits allow them to kind of, read minds, because there's 3 types of devil fruits, if you want to know Kakashi Atake. And the sea, these 3 types are called permission. Devil fruits that will allow you to use them with your hand, mostly not hands, mostly with inside you. You cannot change the terrain or anything. Mostly you are change. You will either become rubber, a string, or whatever bullshit else. The what's called the second type is Logia. Logia devil fruit allows you to kind of change the terrain around you into the element or whatever bullshit you have around you. Darkness, lightning, fire, water, don't give a shit. There's probably a bunch of them that I don't even know. But of course is where, well, the third one is Zoan. Zoan devil fruits are allow you to transform into, well, gods, dragons, dinosaurs, lions, any type of animal or being that was kind of sealed into that devil fruit. Or not sealed into, kind of created into that devil fruit. But yeah, those are the three types of devil fruits. There are the god devil fruits, but pretty much no one can actually figure out where to find them. And I don't really care finding them. But of course, those are the three main ones. Mostly the god is kind of unknown, but yeah. So those are the powers that some people that are pirates kind of get to kind of fight against other pirates and steal money and all that. But there's actually 3 other different abilities that other pirates can probably use. The common is usually armament hawking. The kind of second unusual one is arbitration hawking. And the most rarest and most difficult one to kind of get is conqueror's hawking. The one that I kind of use in the office to knock you all out. And if you want to say one thing, well, not say one thing. If you want to really tell me the question, are they made with chakra? No. So even if you seal my chakra away, which I basically neglected my whole life, I will still have my armament, my arbitration, and my conquerors, and I'll still knock you the fuck out and knock your fucking sweet dreams into the fucking next world. This is where Kakashi kind of widens his eyes with one eye and kind of gets scared. If Naruto's power does get sealed, mostly chakra, that doesn't mean Naruto isn't just going to straight up beat the shit of everyone with just armor and conquerors and also arbitration. It's why Naruto says, how I managed to figure out what you were going to think is from my future sight. My arbitration is not that strong, but I can actually use future sight. And that allows me to kind of know what you were going to say next. So, Kakashi, you really think I'm stupid enough? Now that I know my father is the Hokage, I'm going to fail. So when he sees me from heaven or hell, wherever he's at, he can see that his son fell on purpose just because he knew that, well, his father was a Hokage. I'm going to make him disappointed in me more than he already is. Naruto cracked his hands. This is where Kakashi says, no, you can't. This is where Naruto says, and who's stopping me? You? Come on, seal me away. Seal my chakra away. I'll break out and somehow kill you. This is where Kakashi says, damn it. You truly don't have anyone here. And truly you don't feel like staying here, do you? Exactly. That's where Kakashi says, what if you do have friends? And you do have family? What would that change? Nothing. It won't change anything. I will still fail. Oh, well, if I had friends, I might stay a little bit, but still fail. What if you dated anyone? That's where Naruto says, what odd question. That's a very odd question. I don't know. Love is something I never really felt. Mostly, love is mostly from a person to another child, mostly like father and kind of son. But love in general with another, well, the opposite gender, well, that's odd. Don't know. Don't care. Really never cared. And so where Naruto, when he was saying that, he had his like mind go towards the girl with blonde hair, blue eyes, and was, well, her name Junko something. That's where Naruto says, he kind of shook his head and what the hell am I thinking about? This is where, well, Kakashi says, so, why did you just like shake their head? This is where Naruto says, no reason. Why? That's where Kakashi says, oh, I have a reason. Only a reason that why didn't you knock out Junko? You knocked out her family. You knocked out everyone except Junko, Kuja. This is where Naruto says, "I don't know what you're talking about." Or Kenju or whatever the hell I said her last name was. This is where Kakashi says, "I think I know the reason why you didn't knock her out. The reason why you almost knocked me out, but not her. She seems to be not affected towards her Kankurosaki. Because either there's a range for it, or there is a reason why you didn't knock her out." Naruto looks at him confusedly. "What the hell are you getting at, Hazuki?" This is where Kakashi says, "I'm saying that you're probably into her. Just getting here for a couple of weeks and now you're into someone very interesting. Could it be the first time you found..." This is where Naruto, he pulled out armament Haki and said, "Shut up." This is where Naruto wanted to punch Kakashi, but this is where he stopped himself because he would show that Kakashi is right. This is where Naruto dispels his armament Haki and says, "What the hell do you want?" This is where Kakashi says, "Oh, so you don't like her?" This is where Naruto says, "I don't like anyone. Oh, fuck off. One more year and I have to just deal with this shit. Then I fail, then I become a fucking pirate. Piss off and leave me alone." This is where, Kakashi says, "Come on. I'm not trying to annoy you, Naruto. You're doing a great job in doing that." This is where Kakashi says, "I'm not really trying to. I'm just trying to tell you that, I want to know, are you really into people? Or into her mostly? Or is there a range in your Kankurosaki?" There's a range. You two and, the Hokage and you were just in my range. I wasn't supposed to try to knock you out or your Ambu fucks. But I just managed to knock you all out because you were too weak." This is where, Kakashi says, No. She was also near the same range of where we were standing. That's where Naruto says, "No, it wasn't." It's where Kakashi says, "Oh, come on, Naruto. Let's just talk for a little bit." This is where Naruto says, "I have nothing to talk to you for." This is where Kakashi says, "Come on. I know I wasn't the best person, and I wanted to tell you about your parents, but you seem to really hate them more than you hate the village. So, do you want to talk about it?" This is where Naruto says, "Talk about what? With you? No, I'd rather not." This is where Kakashi sighs and says, "Come on, Naruto. We can go get ramen." This is where Naruto says, "I don't even like ramen." This is where, Kakashi sighs and says, "What do you like?" "Rum. If you can buy me a rum, I will go." This is where Kakashi sighs and says, "Fine, we will go there." Just. This is where Kakashi can actually see a bright smile from Naruto. A kind of smile that Naruto accidentally showed, and this is where Naruto covered up his mouth, saying, "Oops, sorry." This is where Kakashi says, "Why did you say sorry?" I said sorry to myself." This is where Kakashi says, "Why?" So, because you weren't supposed to see my smile. This is where Kakashi sighs and says, "Why not?" This is where Naruto says, "Because I'm a pirate. I'm not supposed to smile. I'm supposed to grin in evil." This is where, Kakashi sighs and says, "Let's just go." This is where Naruto and Kakashi do talk a little bit, but mostly Naruto just drunkenly. But yeah. This is where, Kakashi's just drinking whiskey, but yeah. This is where every time Naruto sees Kakashi drinking whiskey, it just reminds him so much of Shanks. This is where Naruto, he kind of looked away from Kakashi, and Kakashi was confused. This is where he's thinking of, mostly it's probably because Naruto sees Kakashi just drinking whiskey. This is where, Kakashi's confused, but he doesn't really care. He just drinks all the whiskey, and yeah. This is where Naruto is kind of passed out on Kakashi's back, but yeah. Kakashi is fine just carrying him, but yeah. This is where, we go into a year time skip later. This is where Naruto has just been training armament hawking and, observation hawking, conquer hawking. But also kind of training with Kakashi and, using chakra a little bit. Kakashi managed to warm up to Naruto's heart by keep annoying him with other things, and even trying to like read out loud from his Makeout Paradise, towards Kakashi, or not Kakashi, towards Naruto, to see if Naruto would get embarrassed from the Makeout Paradise. This is where Naruto just didn't give a shit. He says, "So you're gonna keep reading that smut or something, or are you going to train me or something?" This is where Kakashi says, "It's not smut. It's the greatest thing. No, it's fucking legit PONR." This is where Kakashi goes, "No, it's not. It's just art from the gods." This is where, well, Naruto says, "Yeah, art's if God was a fucking pervert, then I guess God was a pervert." This is where Kakashi says, "You do not understand true art." This is where Naruto says, "Yeah, I don't understand. Now fuck off and help me out and train you with this shit. If you don't want to train me in chakra now, just keep training in my armament hawking and conquerors hawking. Besides, you'll be a good practice for me." This is where Kakashi says, "Fine, I'll help you." This is where Naruto kind of did train with Kakashi in, well, chakra. This is where mostly Naruto has in a very advanced way to train in chakra control, because Naruto has so much of it. This is where, well, Urusen can see that Naruto doesn't like anyone except for Kakashi. Well, not much Kakashi. He doesn't really like Kakashi neither that much, but yeah. This is where, well, Naruto and Kakashi just train. Mostly Kakashi has to just train with Naruto and Taijutsu. But yeah, and Naruto's fine with training with him, but he can see that Kakashi's definitely not a Taijutsu master. So of course Naruto went out, well, near the village to kind of find two people running. And that is, well, Might Guy and Rock Lee. And Naruto says, "What are you two doing?" He kind of asked one day. And this is where, well, Might Guy says, well, kind of, well, trained my youth and showing that the power of youth can do anything. That's where Naruto says, "Ooh, youth? That seems interesting." This is where Rock Lee says, "Yeah, it's very interesting. The power of youth can do anything if you put your mind towards it." This is where Naruto says, "Huh. Well, can I join you two gentlemen in a run?" This is where, well, my guy says, "Why pleasure, why don't you?" Well, not why pleasure. He says, "Of course you can, young, Jack." This is where, young Jacks. This is where, well, Rock Lee says, "Oh, interesting name." This is where Naruto says, "Yeah, it is." This is where, well, my guy says, "Then let's run into our hearts contained." So yeah, Naruto mostly trained with Might Guy and running, just doing some, not basic, some extreme workout. And Naruto can actually keep up with it because he mostly did train in body when he was a pirate. So of course, this is where he does train with Rock Lee and Might Guy. And of course he did actually, teach Rock Lee armor and hawking. Because, well, it seems that Rock Lee was actually a natural born to actually learn armament hawking. This is where, well, he did teach, Rock Lee and even Might Guy armament hawking, because they didn't have enough chakra to use anything. So of course armament hawking was actually something that kind of like sealed a gap of power. This is where, well, Rock Lee was able to use armament hawking and even observational hawking. So of course this is where Naruto does train with Rock Lee. Of course, training armament hawking. Now I should mention one thing. What color of Naruto's armament hawking is well, a kind of dark blue, while Rock Lee's armament hawking is a dark green. This is where they both fight and clash, and of course this is where, well, they do that often. And of course Kakashi is kind of shocked to see, well, when he does kind of fight with his rival half the time. This is where Might Guy does kind of put armament hawking to his fist and does beat the shit of Kakashi. Kakashi is kind of confused how Might Guy even knows about that. Might Guy tells, well, his rival that he has a new student, another youthful person named, well, young Jack. This is where Kakashi says, "Oh shit." This is where he realized Naruto might have accidentally teach Might Guy and, well, Rock Lee how to use armament hawking. Kakashi did try one time to learn armament hawking with his Sharingan, but could not really because it's not a fucking chakra thing to learn. is not made out of chakra, so of course Kakashi could never actually copy it. And of course Kakashi could copy Kakashi's, well, chakra moves because, well, Naruto's somewhat of a prodigy. He's smarter than, well, original canon, but yeah. So where, well, mostly Naruto and Rock Lee does train in what's called taijutsu. Of course, where, well, Naruto does not use his flintlock or his cutlass to fight against Rock Lee. But of course, this is where, well, they keep fighting in taijutsu. And of course, this is where Naruto puts armor and hacking both into his arms again. And of course, decides to push, well, both of his arms straight together to kind of punch at what's called Rock Lee. This is where Rock Lee put armor and hawk into his legs and says, what's it called? Axe kick of Leaf Hurricane. This is where he puts armor and hawk in, and of course, when the two mostly two attacks collide, lightning was crackling off of them, and of course, this is where they manage to push each other off. Now, of course, this is where Neji, he doesn't really care in what's happening because he has not met Naruto or even Rock Lee yet. Well, I mean, they have met. It's just Naruto never really did kind of fight against Neji, and Neji was too much arrogant still, but yeah. And of course, well, Neji really never paid attention to Rock Lee with his armor and hawking, or my guy. And even Tenten never really did pay attention either. But the only thing that Tenten paid attention to Naruto was his, well, flintlocks and his, what's it called, well, sword. Of course, this is where, well, Tenten has seen Naruto's weapons, and of course she was shocked to even know that Naruto was actually a pirate for 7 years. This is where, well, she's amazed with the sword, because when she saw the cutlass sword, she saw the material, a rare type of material, added into the sword, crafted so well. This is where she says, "Can I have it?" Naruto says, "No. My father gave it to me when I was, well, 7, mostly." This is where she says, 7? I barely even got a kunai when I was 7. This is where Naruto says, "Yeah, that's just probably because are you from a shinobi clan or something like that?" Tenta says, "No. Mostly I'm from a blacksmith parent, but yeah." Naruto says, "Don't know. I was a pirate, so of course I had to get my weapons faster, but yeah." That's where she says, "No fair." That's where Naruto, being a pirate was fun. Killing people, murdering them, and taking their money was fun. This is where Tenten was like, never mind, I don't want to be a pirate no more. Naruto smiles because that's mostly not the fun part to do. It's mostly finding treasure. And kind of doing it with people that you are actually okay with. So of course this is where he didn't mention that, but yeah. So of course this is where, well, Naruto's attacks are right now clashing, and of course they get pushed back. And this is where Naruto says, "Rock Lee, you want to give up for now?" That's where Rock Lee says, "No, not at all. I will show you the springtime of youth." This is where Naruto says, "I guess then you won't give up that easily." This is where Naruto puts armor and hawking to both of his arms again. And this is where Rock Lee says, "That's it. Leaf Hurricane. 360 attack." This is where Naruto, he blocks the kick with one of his arms and then punches Rock Lee in the face. This is where Rock Lee gets smashed into the wall, and Naruto says, "I won! Ow, my arm." This is where Rock Lee says, "Huh, my rival really is strong here." Naruto says, "I guess so. Huh, but you are strong also. You have really improved in armor and hawking pretty fast. Probably because you don't have chakra. And I had difficult times even learning armor and hawking. So you might be able to surpass me in armor and hawking. Probably. Bar position, I'm still training." This is where, well, Rock Lee says, "Then let us begin in training and arbitration." This is where, well, Naruto and what's called, well, Rock Lee started kind of fighting each other, mostly trying to hit each other and trying to dodge for arbitration mostly, but yeah. Trying to sense each other from long distance, and yeah. This is where, well, 1 year passed, and this is where Naruto's 12. And Rock Lee is 13. This is where Naruto says, "I have to go to the academy." This is where Rock Lee says, "It was fun when it lasted, but I guess you will have to go to the academy now." This is where, well, my guy says, "I was proud of my student. I hope you'll be on my team." Naruto says, there probably won't be a good chance. I'll probably fail for the fact that I don't have good chakra." This is where Naruto said it quietly, but yeah. This is where Naruto, he goes to the class that, well, Hiruzen did gave him. Now, Naruto hasn't really seen Hiruzen and doesn't really want to talk to Hiruzen. And Hiruzen sees the whole gap of distance from him towards Naruto. Naruto seems to just keep ignoring him and really not pay attention to him at all. He's the Hokage, but Naruto just doesn't care. Naruto doesn't care about the Hokage status or anything. Hiruzen's sad. Can see that Kakashi got closer, but not that close. Unlike Might Guy and Rock Lee. Because Naruto sees Might Guy and Rock Lee as good people. Really good people, but weird at the same time. But yeah. So, of course, this is where, well, Naruto sees the Hokage after a year. And Naruto has just looked at him once. And of course, Hiruzen says, Naruto, before you go towards the academy, please, for the love of God, please try at least. Naruto looks at him, glares at him, and just sighs and says, no. I'm going to fail, and I'm still going to be a pirate no matter what. Even if I made friends with Might Guy and, well, Rock Lee, this still doesn't give me a chance to be on a team with them. I know that Might Guy has to, well, one day have to, well, help Rock Lee become a Chunin. And until that day, it could be taking 2 years to 3 years. So if I do, well, somehow pass, and when I'm 12 or anything like that, since I'm 12 and all that, and about another year and all that, or a couple of months, and somehow pass, I will not be put on a team with Rock Lee or Might Guy. So there's not really a point for me to actually try. This is where Hiruzen sighs and says, what if I said that, this is where Naruto, he uses arbitration hawking to see if Hiruzen was lying. This is where Hiruzen says, what if I say I was going to put you on a team? Naruto says, liar. This is where Hiruzen says, stop using that power against me. Naruto says, no, because I know damn well that you're just gonna lie. You lie your way out. I'm not going to fall for any trick from you. This is where Hiruzen sighs and says, fine, just go to class. And please don't try to, Naruto says, I don't care, I will ditch whatever I do. Try to stop me, try to put a seal on me and stop me then. I will break all your arms into halves and murder them. This is where Hiruzen sighs, because, well, I should also mention that we go into a flashback. This is where Naruto did deal with Danzo pretty easily, killing all his Ru'anbus by murdering them all, because Naruto was captured, bring to Danzo, and Danzo tried to use a Kuru Matsukami on Naruto, and Naruto, what he did is just use, what's it called, arbitration hawking to dodge, and this is where Naruto, he then fights against, well, what's it called, Danzo and his Ru'anbus, and when Hiruzen did felt the power just rumbling underneath, he found Naruto on a bunch of dead bodies and Danzo's dead body. Naruto's eyes were glowing, well, a dark blue. And this is where Naruto has killed so many Ru'anbus. And this is where, not Kakashi, when Hiruzen got there, he saw that, well, he killed all the Ru'anbus and even Yamato and other people who were actually under Danzo's, like, kind of command a little bit, but yeah. This is where, well, Hiruzen realized that Naruto is so dangerous that he can actually kill, well, Anbus, and especially Ru'anbus, because they were trained more to be emotionless. This is where, well, Hiruzen does not want to put any Anbus next to Naruto, when Naruto can just use arbitration to find them and kill them. This is where, well, Naruto says, now I'll be going off. That's where Naruto sees the room, and of course he goes towards it. This is where Naruto, he gets into the academy, he gets to the room, he opens the door, and sees a kind of grayish, but somewhat black highlights, like old man, with orange eyes, and of course sees Naruto. That's where he says, ah, hello. You must be the new student named, Jack Sparrow. That's where, not Sparrow, stop saying Sparrow, you fucking idiot. Jack, Sparrow. This is where, well, the person says, ah, hello there, Jack. Then take a seat anywhere. This is where Naruto sees everyone. See some of the clan heads that he saw a couple of, like a year ago and all that. That's when they broke into his house. And this is where the guy clan heads kind of get nervous. The girls actually felt that power when they were there. And this is where Junko kind of narrowed her eyes. Naruto sees her, sees the kind of chair next to her is kind of empty, but this is where Naruto just sits all the way in the back. Naruto doesn't care. Naruto really doesn't care. Naruto says, just one more couple of months, I'm out. Phil, don't give a shit. This is where, well, this is where I'm going to end it off for part 2 of What If Naruto was the reincarnation of Jack Sparrow. And I know I keep saying Sparrow on accident because I'm an idiot. Well, not Spiral, Sparrow. Wait. Yeah, Jack Sparrow, not Spiral. What am I fucking talking about? Okay, I'm just an idiot, okay? But yeah, this is part 2 of it, and yeah, part 3 maybe will come tomorrow, maybe, because tomorrow is going to rain a lot, and I'm thinking the Wi-Fi is going to be messed up from that. But yeah, have a nice potato day, potato night, potato seed, potato, and good night. Bye-bye.